traditional EBI overtime rules.
Beretta looks very comfortable in the bottom.
On that neck again is Salcedo. Able to get into top position with it. You can see the expression of Beretta in some discomfort there.
As long as he's fighting the grips, should be okay. But now he was back on his knees. I would try, if I was Beretta, I would try to control the grips and then try to sit back on my butt.
You saw it earlier.
Yep.
Salcedo was able to, in that transition, try to take the back, but not able to do it. Beretta able to get out of danger, now in top position, but still needs to protect his neck.
It's like back and forth, the same move.
Which, I mean, it really, it's, you know, a bit cliche to say, but it is that, you know, human version of chess. It's just constant strategy.
Like, you do it, I'm going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, these guys are trying to fight for the submission. Now he has, that was pretty good fast transition right there.
Constant moving here. One hook in, trying to get the left hook in is Salcedo. Now trying to get that grip for the rear naked. Beretta fighting it, but that one might be deep as they roll through. Hard to see from this position if it's in. It's definitely on the chin. Trying to peel the hand.
As long as Beretta's peeling the hands, he will have some leverage. And if he could put both his shoulders on the ground, he would be safer. But that Salcedo has a pretty good
lost the grip there, but
back control.
2 minutes left here in regulation. Body triangle employed here by Salcedo. And this is a position that we could be headed to real quick again if it goes to overtime. But right now for Beretta, you know, able to survive thus far, that might build his confidence if he's headed to that overtime, but still a long ways to go here. Salcedo tries to wrap this up.
Beretta keeps trying to fight the grips. It looks pretty, you guys don't want to give up.
Corner of Salcedo telling him to be patient. It looks like Beretta is in trouble. Wraps up the win with the choke. Nice out of sportsmanship. But it was a game that he ultimately won, wrapping up that rear naked choke.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner via rear naked choke in regulation. Put your hands together for Dominic Salcedo.
Fighter ready? Okay, winner of this one goes to the final. Fighter ready? Fighter ready? Jiu-Jitsu!
First semifinal of the night underway. Andy Varela representing 10th Planet Las Vegas. He's taking on Frisco de Leon. Both men victorious early, and both men wrapping up submissions fairly early, Danielle. So safe to say both men fresh here in the second round.
Yes, both pretty warmed up. Definitely pumped after their submission wins.
Going for it is Varela. Bit of acrobatics on display. Now, we talk about the win early in your first match. You've been here in this position before. How important is it to try to carry that momentum over into the second round after a big first round win?
Pretty important. You know, I feel like after winning the first match, always winning the first match, you get pretty pumped. But you gotta stay in the zone, stay focused. You know, they're trying to go for the submission.
Francisco De Leon representing Gracie Baja El Paso. It is Andy Varela, coming into El Paso, trying to, take that title of being El Paso's best grappler in enemy territory a little bit here.
For sure. Right now, looks like De Leon's trying to control Varela's hands. Varela's looking to probably go sit for a guillotine.
Must be something there. We see De Leon, go to his side. You can see him trying to get that grip, palm to palm.
Leon's trying to shift his weight over. Varela's definitely, I think, trying to get to the back with the head and arm position, or try to sit for the guillotine again. We've seen that a lot tonight.
Bit of a scramble there. Varela still maintains his top position. The corner of Varela saying, use that crossface, try to get that control once again.
With Leon being on his side, gives him a little advantage. Because if Varela tries to go mount or try to turn to his back, Leon can face him.
De Leon grabbing the right leg there, I believe, of Varela. What's he trying to do there with that, Danielle?
I think he's trying to get either recover half guard or maybe try to create space with that leg. Going on his knees.
Varela very comfortable in this position, trying to sit back now. De Leon again on his hip, but Varela has been working this for a while.
I think he's trying to prevent Varela trying to mount him. If he gets mounted, it'll be a pretty
De Leon able to get free. Varela tries to disengage, but Frisco staying on top of him now, trying to work that leg, but not relenting with the position is Varela and still settles in top.
Varela attacking the neck constantly.
Steps over.
Looks tight.
De Leon maybe in a bit of trouble here, trying to push Varela over, grabbing his hand there.
Maybe tighter going on in the
lost the grip there. Maybe triangle attempt here. Thought maybe he would try to get something in transition, but settles for top position.
Yeah, both of these gentlemen are working.
Submission only, all about the finish, and that's what these two are hunting for here at EPBG.
Now Leon is just, if I were him, I would just relax. Wouldn't try to rush anything. Wouldn't be too aggressive. Varela's trying to isolate that arm, possibly going for, if he steps over, for an arm bar. Kimura, an arm bar right there.
Varela trying to grab that left leg of Francisco De Leon. A lot of time here. Could also go for the arm bar. De Leon tries to roll through. He shakes his head no. Andy Varela trying to say, yes, sir, this arm's coming home with me. De Leon still very game. Halfway point here of regulation, and now for the first time, Francisco De Leon is in top position. And just like that, it goes by the wayside.
Leon playing bottom again. Same position.
It's hard to say that De Leon stole some momentum getting through that submission, but credit to him. He's got to feel pretty good about his defense getting through that attack by Varela.
Yeah, his Leon's defense is looking pretty good tonight. He's been defending mostly tonight, but both of them are trying to go for that submission. Varela definitely wants to try to get that head and arm control.
You see Varela's right leg in between him and De Leon. The guard is closed, but it's got to make the position a little bit harder for De Leon to really be comfortable in.
Yes, very uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable looking at it.
Now Varela's going to try to get good head position. If he tries to, Varela can pin, if he can get that underhook.
Varela able to clear the legs for a brief moment. Now looks like he's almost a full side.
Pretty good pass. One of my favorite passes, the knee in the middle of the butt, and then basically drive your head on them. It's a lot of pain.
North-south position, now back to side goes Varela. De Leon trying to move, constantly trying to induce some scrambles. Able to put Varela back into a quarter guard.
Yeah, they're both taking their time.
We are in the latter part of this regulation period.
Leon looked like he's going to try to get Varela's leg, right leg, pulling it towards him. Now Varela trying to go for the head and arm choke.
Varela in business. You can tell the crowd is sensing it. Andy Varela putting a squeeze on Francisco De Leon.
Looks pretty tight.
Varela tries to readjust. Didn't have exactly what he was going for. Solid bit of jiu-jitsu on display as these two men are back on their feet.
Both respect each other. Really good grappling tonight.
A spot in the finals on the line here between Andy Varela and Francisco De Leon. De Leon takes a seat. Gotta believe we are nearing the end of regulation at this period.
Right now, Varela's trying to go for the pass, or maybe force Leon to go on the side to go for that head arm choke that he's been attempting. Leon trying to get under him. Inverted guard. Reverse De La Hiva.
Varela stands, but 90 seconds left, it sounds like, here in regulation. You see a bit of change in momentum here while Varela's still in top position. De Leon, free to move a lot more in these last few moments than he has the entire regulation thus far. Would you like to see one of these guys come alive here in this final 60 seconds here, De Leon?
He's going for that choke again.
He's been on it all night long.
These guys were working hard for submission, so they're probably tired for the last minute.
We have yet to go to an overtime tonight. Dangerously close to doing so, but Andy Varela trying to prevent that with this attack here.
He got maybe tight.
Getting very close to the end. And De Leon giving the ref thumbs up, he's fine.
I would do the same thing.
Varela bails on the submission attempt.
Varela's been trying to attack that neck past 10 minutes.
10 minutes in the books between these grapplers on our way to traditional EBI overtime rules. Andy Varela was in control primarily throughout regulation, so he will be given the opportunity to choose what position will commence first here in this overtime. Looks like he's going to take the back of De Leon. If you're unfamiliar with EBI overtime rules, we are scheduled for 3 frames. There's a top and a bottom. If there's a submission to the top part of the overtime, they will switch offensive and defensive positions, and it will be the charge of the previously defensive person to wrap up a submission faster than they were submitted.
Ready.
And vice versa, this will commence 3 different overtime periods. Should we not get a winner, we will add up the quickest escape time. Orella in control here. De Leon definitely trying to move, trying to make something happen.
That looks dangerous.
He stands.
I think he just made it tighter.
See if Orella can hold on to this.
It looks like I thought that was a tap.
It looks like he is still in it, but in a lot of problems. Now full standing rear naked choke. De Leon's got a heart of a warrior. He's winning a little bit.
That was awesome. I wish I could do that.
And he just kind of shrugged him off, Danielle. I think that might have been a bit of a statement saying, look, this is far from over. Maybe momentum is now shifting to the corner of De Leon.
Definitely wants to win that cash prize. Determination.
So we are in the bottom of the first overtime here. De Leon wraps up a submission here. The match is over. The charge of Orella is to get free to get to
both his shoulders are back, or he's safe. Yep, he's safe.
There he is. The top of the first overtime ended with De Leon sort of making a statement going, look, it's my turn to go on offense, and Andy Varela makes a statement of his own in the bottom of the first overtime, getting free very quickly.
This guy's got, both these men have very good defense.
Varela back on offense again, elects to take that back ride.
As long as they put both his shoulders on the ground, you're pretty safe. Gotta watch turning towards him, because then Varela's can.
He gets away very quickly. Now, tactically, you got to think that De Leon now on offense here in the bottom of the second overtime maybe wants to take his time a little bit and try to even out that right time.
Agree, because 3 rounds.
It is 3 rounds of overtime. Yep. So this is the bottom of the second, and you know it's one thing to be tactically minded here for De Leon, but if he gets a submission here, it doesn't matter time. It's all about just getting the win. Just like that, Andy Varela is a hard man to hold down.
Yeah, both these guys, super tough. Very good back defense.
All right, we are headed to the third overtime, so Andy Varela going to go on offense. Master Vic explaining to the crowd here. If we can't get a submission, we are headed to escape time, sorting this one out, but a lot of time yet to be had. Andy Varela on offense of Francisco De Leon.
Once his shoulders get on the mat. Nice try and hold.
De Leon just trying to peel away. Andy Varela able to get free. And now De Leon will go on offense. We don't have the riding time added up here. Matt's side, that is for the timekeeper, but you got to believe for De Leon, he needs to maximize his control time here if he's wanting to win this match and ensure that he can do so if he doesn't get the submission.
Great. Should definitely try to go for the attack.
Andy Varela's been very hard to hold down. De Leon might be into business. Almost frees Andy Varela. Trying to squeeze with De Leon. On his way to the finals, but just barely. I mean, that's unofficial. We'll see what the ride time actually is, but my goodness, that went from really, really scary for Andy Varela to
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner as it comes down to quickest escape time. Now on his way to the finals. Put your hands together for Andy. Andy Varela getting it done. Fastest escape time is what it comes down to. And he is in the finals and still in the mix for the title of El Paso's Best Grappler. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our final semifinal of the evening. Please welcome back to the mat, representing 10th Planet Santa Fe. It is Adrian Nez. And his opponent representing City Wolves, it is Mike Diaz. One more spot in the finals on the line. Fighting forward is City Wolves' Mike Diaz and 10th Planet Santa Fe's Adrian Nez. Easy Santa's Danielle Kelly inside the jam-packed MVP mini arena here in El Paso tonight for EPBG.
I like the step on the foot by Diaz. One of my favorite moves to use when I pass the guard.
You grapplers are all the same. You like things that hurt each other.
Nez is he's definitely trying to get under his legs to go for a leg lock. Looks like Diaz, if he steps on that foot, he's trying to go for the step over his leg to get the pass.
Yeah, Diaz definitely aware of what Nez is trying to do. As you see, he doesn't really want to engage too much to where he can allow Nez to get underneath him.
So right now, he's trying to jump for something.
We saw this game early by Nez in the first round. He immediately took a seat. He definitely has...
Oh, he's trying to go for De La Hiva, probably. Warm guard.
He's been able to sort of wrap that leg up of Diaz. And
that's one of my favorite sweeps, too.
Beautiful move there. Straight ankle. Oh, wow, just like that. Adrian Nez gets a straight ankle lock. And he is on his way to the finals. Some concern there for Mike Diaz, but Adrian Nez, beautiful submission, just like that, on his way to the finals of EPBG. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner now on his way to the finals. Let's hear it for Adrian Nez. We have solidified our finals. Let's see how we got there. Andy Varela was victorious over Justin Gonzalez. Then he took out Francisco de Leon, and he will meet Adrian Nez, who we saw just get past Mike Diaz. Nez started out the evening with a quick win over Ricardo Seixas. That is the final match coming up your way later tonight. This is El Paso's Best Grappler.
Mexico, it is Alice Durio. And her opponent representing 10th Planet El Paso East, it is Miwaya Acuna. Special matchup here at EPBG. 10th Planet's Miwaya Acuna and Alice Durio.
Postcard right away. I've been excited for this match. Only female matchup of tonight's event.
In on that neck of Durio. She's locked up in this half. Is that preventing anything here?
It can try to prevent Acuna's weight if she tries to go for the neck and squeeze it.
She settles now in this half guard. Acuna in top position here, wearing the 10th Planet rash guard.
Right now, Acuna is trying to flatten Alice, possibly get that arms. Alice trying to create space.
Very patient here is Durio. Acuna in business
Acuna
here, but
trying to
not.
keep that pressure on.
Looks like she may have not had the angle with the legs tied up, but now she readjusts.
A lot of head control tonight. Guillotine attempts. Acuna now trying to get the arm isolated. Putting pressure on Alice's neck. Oh.
Switches back to that.
Again.
Choking attack, but Durio able to move.
Nice recover.
Nice sequence there, jiu-jitsu. Looked like Durio was thinking about maybe trying to stand, but now again has to defend that neck. Acuna trying to get the hand position together, but Durio able to shut it down.
Now Acuna is trying to mount, get top position. Very comfortable looks. Now she's trying to get her good head position so she can pass. Right now Alice has a scorpion lock down on Acuna. And now I would just, if I was Acuna, I would just be calm. It may be uncomfortable on your shin with the scorpion lock. No, it looks pretty tight.
Able to get guard now is Durio. We've yet to see her get into...
Acuna going for what they call a can opener when you're in someone else's guard.
As an old school...
Very old school. I had that happen to me against a really big Sambo girl.
Go back to the early days of mixed martial arts. Mark Coleman used to use that. Actually got submissions in the UFC and Pride with that move. And you know, talk about submission only. The can opener, that's a submission attempt that has been banned in a lot of tournaments, but now, you know, not the case. All submissions legal here. And again, really not a submission that is ultimately going to do anything but, you know, really open the guard of a lot of
I feel like it's just
grapplers.
if I was on bottom, if I was in someone's guard, I'm sorry, if I was on bottom, someone tried a can opener, you know, you're also giving them your arms are going to be extended when they push your head away, like Alice is doing right now. If your elbows are extended, that's a broken arm, you know, an arm bar.
It's interesting, Durio not even opening her guard when that can opener is on, too. So
I always hated that elbow on the shin, that chin. Oh, Alice could try and go. If she puts that arm to the side, she can take her back, control the head and arm.
See Acuna, you know, going for the can opener and then this like forearm choke, if you will. It's not something that's going to elicit a tap. It just makes you feel really uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. It's definitely not really pleasant. You might have neck pains the next day. Just for Acuna, who's in guard right now, is just trying to save time, trying to prevent Alice to attack her arms.
Again, right back to that can opener, but
seemed like.
Oh, now her arm. She's trying to get that arm drag.
It seemed like Duria was sort of anticipating that transition again. And
plus, Alice has a pretty tight body lock. If I was Alice, I'd probably try to open my guard up because the body lock, you can only, it's pretty much to hold them down. Oh, can't open her again. I was like Kuna, I would try to stand up, try to create some space. Right now, you know, her posture's down. That could be bad, as Alice is trying to take her back, trying to isolate her elbows to the side. Tight body lock again.
You know, Kuna going for that forearm choke and just making Duria feel uncomfortable. Is that taxing her cardio at all for
sure, for sure. You know, when you're in someone else's guard, you gotta be aware. You know, you're the one defending. But Alice on the bottom can't really do much when you have the body lock. You can only do so much.
One thing that we've seen, though, now, Acuna is postured up a lot more. That's the first time, really, in this match thus far that she's actually allowed that much space occur between her and her opponent.
For sure. I think at some point, she's trying to stand up. Her posture's down, but she just keeps going for that can opener. Eventually, if Alice were to open her guard, she could make an angle and go for the arm lock, creating. Oh, I'm remembering the old days.
And again, it's probably not going to get the tap, but you can tell that it definitely is bothering.
It's very
Duria,
annoying.
Right?
It's
yeah.
very annoying.
And for Acuna, she really hasn't tried to open up the guard or pass it any other way. I'm surprised. Greta, are you surprised that she hasn't tried to pass the guard in any other way?
No, I think she's trying to keep composed. You know, maybe waiting for Alice to open the guard, try to make her uncomfortable, going for those can opener attempts. Now she's going to try to probably pin the biceps and stand up.
High guard now here for Duria.
But if Kuno's posture's down, Alice can walk up her legs and lock her shoulders with the body lock. That's in a very uncomfortable position to be in. If I were Kuno, I would probably keep my head up. I would not want to. Definitely would not want to be stayed on the bottom too long. I mean, with my head down.
High guard again, but it's still that body lock, that figure four body triangle. Not a lot you can do necessarily in terms of trying to fish for an arm bar or anything like that. But nice sweep attempt there by Duria, able to get top position. Nicely done. But look at that.
Back to guard.
Read the weight very well, did Acuna, and back inside that closed guard.
No, Acuna keeps putting her posture down. Not giving up her elbows. Going for that crane opener again.
TJ DeSantis, Danielle Kelly, tonight here in El Paso for EPBG.
Oh, she's probably going to try to sit back to open the guard. If she could put her leg over her stomach. Sometimes it works. Wow, she's so long.
You really only needed to have it work one time, you know? If everything goes well, it's one time.
It's one time. It's sub only. No points or anything. Kuna, if she could get Alice's hands off her head and control her biceps to stand up, that would definitely help a lot. Trying to pass the guard, but Alice is doing a good job trying to keep her posture down.
Duria trying to find an opening here on Acuna. Acuna, playing it very safe and close to the body, not
Possibly a sweep. Alice looks very comfortable where she's at.
It's interesting. Again, it's like one of those common misconceptions about grappling. You see Acuna in top position, but it's really Acuna for the most part that's having to sort of respond to the motion and movements of Durio.
For sure. Right now, Alice is controlling Acuna's posture the whole time. Trying to get that. If she gets that body lock over her shoulders, I'll be pretty tight. Maybe isolate an arm, go for an omoplata. She's doing a really good job. Keep.
10 minutes in the books here. We are heading to overtime. Crowd really respectful of these ladies and the work that they've turned in. Really, I think, evenly matched, and that's why we're probably headed to this overtime.
Sure. Both controlled, both controlled, like being guard and being on bottom.
And now we see Durio going offense, and this is where this format's really great because we saw a lot of neutral positions in regulation, and now in overtime it's immediately on to offense. We're on the back, we're in spiderweb position, and Durio elects to take the back here of Acuna and tried to go for that body lock. Wasn't able to wrap it up quite right away, but ultimately does get it.
Now she's trying to trap that leg of Alice's body lock. But if I were Acuna, I'd be careful. Don't turn too much because you could get flattened out. If I were Alice, I would try. She's doing a good job. She's trying to control Acuna's grips.
Fighting the hands is Mireya Acuna. Alice Durio trying to dig that forearm underneath the chin. And really, we've seen in the past, you can get a tap with just a crush with the pain, but that is definitely looking like it hurts, but Acuna able to get free.
That new saying, anything below the nose?
Is that the new saying?
Something like that by Nikki Rodriguez. Face crusher. Alice is doing a really good job controlling Acuna, controlling her shoulders to not go on the ground.
Acuna trying to.
Alice is keeping her head glued to Acuna. It's preventing Acuna from putting her shoulders on the ground.
Again, you have to be very tactical in these overtime periods because while you need to be defensive and make sure you don't get caught, you don't want to put yourself behind the 8-ball too much and allow yourself to be controlled.
For sure. You can get really tired. That was pretty good.
And also, too, for Durio, she needs to make sure that she maintains this back position because sometimes it'll be natural to try to take him out, but in this scenario, you take him out, you lose that position,
sure.
you lose your control of the overtime. Still,
if Durio has like a attempted submission, he keep going.
Correct. Yeah. If you go off the back to say an arm bar, or you catch a leg somehow, as long as you're progressing towards a finish, you will not be penalized and stopped. There we go. She's clear. She's clear. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the referee.
The back. Her hips are still.
Oh wow.
Still over.
Credit to Tori Davila for noticing that, because I thought she was clear, but you're right.
Me too.
She had the right hip advantage.
Still over.
And that could really go a long way if this goes to full 3 overtime. So credit to Tori Davila for seeing, and credit to Alice Durio for maintaining that position despite a lot of movement there by her opponent in Mireya Acuna.
Yeah, she kept her hips above Acuna's hips.
Ready, set, go!
From our point, it was a weird angle.
Acuna trying to grab that body triangle.
Her shoulder, there is shoulders on the ground. She's going to be escaping.
She could be going for the head and arm, though.
Oh.
And is she able to get...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they called time. And that is a huge feather in the cap there of Alice Durio. And we'll see if Mireya Acuna tries to force the issue a little bit more here in the top of the second overtime, trying to get free.
Durio can just ride it out or go for a submission because she's up on time right now. Acuna has to try to get a good fast escape.
We talk about winning the match tactically, but this still is submission only. It's all about getting that submission, and at the end of the day, you don't want to win on riding time, right? You want to make that statement and be like, I submitted you.
Even if in my matches from EBI, if I win on overtime, I'm very disappointed in myself because I want to win. I want to submit them in the regulation, and even if I win in riding time, it's not really. I don't feel proud of it, but and
I like
win to win.
And I like the overtime scenario here because this is about the grapplers, figuring it out. There's no judges, there's no points. We need, there has to be a winner for sake of pace, and this is a sport that I think is, marketable and palatable for a television audience. If in a perfect world we could sit here forever and just let time run out forever, but, we got to get a winner, and right now it is Alice Durio that's trying to get the tap here.
Alice Durio doesn't have to really. She can just hold. She doesn't really. Her time's good. Acuna, I would definitely try to escape fast. Go all out, basically. She's got to turn towards Alice, or at least get her back to the ground. No, she's rising up. Perfect.
And there she's free. Durio tried to roll through with her again that time, but was not able to do so. Now it is Acuna that will go on offense. And we'll see if she can kind of get something going. Now she elects to change it up and goes for that spiderweb position.
She wants to go for that submission now because she knows she's down on time. Baradero, I would definitely try to stack. Acuna has her legs controlled. Passive bicep crusher, or she could go for a triangle right here. Oh, that looks pretty tight. Nice.
Trying to roll through it though is Durio.
Let's go for it.
With the heart.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Trying to survive. She's going to be free.
What a great match.
All right, now we are headed to the top of the third overtime. And we'll see if Durio gets a little bit more aggressive, because at this point, I think that it's a foregone conclusion she's going to win on ride time. But
yes.
Again, going back to what we were talking about, you always want to win and make it a definite.
For sure. She can just take her time. She wants to ride it out or maybe do a submission attempt. She knows she's winning on time right now. It sucks, I guess when you're like, when I was competing for finishers recently, fortunately I submitted my first opponent in my first match in regulation, and my three matches were overtime, and that really puts cardio down, very tired, and then when someone has your back and you're trying to escape, it's a whole different ball game. That's why you should probably train like all, even when you're tired. But these girls are working hard. And Acuna, she's not giving up.
Very big stage for both of these ladies to compete on tonight, and you got to believe win, lose, or draw that this is going to be a learning experience and make both of these competitors better going forward.
Sure.
Trying to put the squeeze on again is Durio, but Acuna just one step ahead of that grip.
Acuna's just taking her time. Just trying not to have Darrow's arm across for the choke. Darrow's has really nothing to lose right now. She's up on time. Doesn't have to rush anything.
Full body lock employed there by Durio. It'll be interesting to see.
Darrow's head positioning is preventing Acuna from going on her shoulders. When I drill these a lot, I'm usually told to have my head pinned to their head.
Nice bit of transition there for Durio to switch the body triangle from one side to the other. You know, one thing, if this was a tournament matchup and maybe the winner would move on, you might almost suggest that Durio, you know, let go of this because you would have another matchup. But,
For sure, for
you know,
sure.
super match here.
Keep your energy.
Yeah. But here, you know, nothing left for these ladies to do after this one, so definitely going for broke. Here's Durio with this control.
Dario has a very good back control. You know, she has long legs. Her body lock looks really good. She's using that body lock for even when she was using guard.
Top of the third overtime has ended, so now we are on our way to the bottom. Mireya Acuna will elect to decide where the final position is set to take place. Looks like she's going to go for that spider web. Acuna knows her back is against the wall here. If she wants to come out on top, she's going to need a submission. For Durio, she needs to escape or at least survive for 3 minutes.
Gonna go overall.
Ready, set, go!
And here we go.
Make it or break it. Having good control. Dario is trying to fight that grip from her leg to prevent her from stacking. If Dario can stack her, she would have more leverage when passing. Dario's trying to get her, trying to push Acuna's leg in to escape the spider web. Works really well.
Might be in business here.
Attempted triangle again. First triangle.
With it.
That looks pretty tight.
Dario trying to get free and get away. She does, she'll win, but Acuna trying to get the tap here.
Oh, that was
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner via third overtime submission. Put your hands together for Mireya Acuna! How good was that, Mireya Acuna? Getting it done. That's a walk-off.
this kind of rule set, like you can win the whole match and even on ride time, and then you know that last round matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our special match main event feature. Please welcome from Alliance MMA, it is Wilson Hayes. And his opponent representing 10th Planet El Paso West, he is Jesus Chewy Urbina. Special match here, main feature, former UFC title challenger Wilson Hayes taking on the combat jiu-jitsu finalist and Jesus Chewy Urbina. Urbina in the very colorful 10th Planet rash guard.
Both these guys are very, especially Wilson. They're both wrestling style. Wants to have that control, the top control.
Mentioned Wilson Hayes, a UFC title challenger, actually held gold at Elite XC at 145 pounds. Been around for a very long time. That That title reign was a decade ago.
It's definitely no stranger on the mats.
No, still very dangerous as well. And
Very.
it'd be a huge statement for Chewy Urbina to get a win here.
Pretty good attempt by Urbina. That was a pretty good duck under. Gary Tonin does that a lot.
And then tie up once again.
Try and get that elbow control, like for a arm drag. Oh, nice takedown.
Hayes inside, but it is Urbina that has a hold of that neck.
Wilson, in this position, as long as Urbina's legs are away from Wilson's hips, he's okay. But if Urbina keeps that choke hold, the arm around, he can actually choke himself.
Of course, yep, the Von Flue choke would be an option here for Hayes, but Urbina bails on that.
Wilson is where he wants to be. Putting a lot of pressure on Urbina.
Yeah, Wilson Hayes is not a man that is comfortable to be on bottom of, and Urbina, he puts an end to it, getting back to his feet. Hayes again on a takedown. Again gets his neck trapped, but is clear of the legs. Chewy trying to put him back, but Hayes shuts it down. So far, early on here, it's clear to see that Hayes wants to get in top position, willing to shoot at the legs for it. And thus far, in bottom, Urbina's been able to get free and make the action progress there. But again, as I mentioned, Wilson Hayes is a tough man to have on top of you. He really makes you feel all of his weight.
Especially Wilson putting on the pressure from top.
We talk about that pressure game of Wilson Hayes, and Urbina stands up almost on command every time. And we'll see if Hayes goes for that shot again.
Both these guys are definitely trying to go for the takedown.
Chewy Urbina was really a breakout star at Combat Jiu-Jitsu earlier this year, and now this would be a huge moment for him to get something against a man with the profile of Wilson Hayes.
Urbina keeps going for that guillotine attempt.
Urbina tried to stand, and Hayes was able to get on the back, but not able to get both hooks in, and now
could go for the arm triangle in transition.
Multiple times we've seen Hayes in that side ride, but now it is Urbina giving up his back.
Wilson trying to control the hips, possibly trying to control Urbina's back. Urbina's just gonna try to stand up.
Trying to roll through was Urbina, but Hayes able to get both hooks in and control. Trying to go for that arm bar.
More grip from
the
arm bar.
Running out of space here, but Urbina.
Now he's trying to go for the triangle. Arm bar.
Belly down.
Good transition from these guys. Scramble. Good scramble.
I'm impressed with the technique and also impressed with the spatial awareness that these two men can come tumbling off the mat. Now back on the feet. Multiple times throughout this match, we have seen Hayes go for that takedown. We'll see if he does so again. While Hayes has gone for the shot in the single leg, double leg variations, Urbina has not, stopped his progression moving forward and engaging.
No, for sure. He's trying to, definitely trying to try and get a guillotine as Wilson keeps attempting the takedowns. Another successful takedown by Wilson.
And for Urbina, I don't think he's too afraid of getting taken down because thus far, besides having his back taken a couple times, he's going to look for the wear for it. As you mentioned, there's no points here, no disadvantage for allowing the match to progress.
Urbina's just trying to wait for Wilson to make that mistake. And he's on top. Good scramble right there.
Full guard here. Immediately see Urbina posture up. See if he can get that guard open and get clear. Don't forget our finals of our tournament headed your way after this one. TJ DeSantis, Daniel Kelly, El Paso's best grappler. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Now trying to go for the armbar attempt here by Hayes. Urbina.
Yes, Wilson has really good armbar attempts.
Nicely done there by Urbina to get back to his feet. Really fun match here.
You know, these guys both of them have really good scramble. And Wilson showcasing his wrestling tonight.
And every time Hayes is able to get that takedown, he's passing the legs. He's never settling for, being inside the guard of Urbina whatsoever.
Sure, because if Urbina gets a full guard or half guard, it could be dangerous for Wilson.
Urbina really squeezing this time on that neck. He didn't.
It's tight, but if I was Wilson, I would definitely just control the hands. Wilson's okay.
Well, it just seems like this time he's putting a little more emphasis on that squeeze than earlier in the match where he's kind of using it more for a positional hold.
For sure. It's really uncomfortable for Wilson, but design no danger.
Going to reposition them in the center of the mat. Crowd coming alive here inside the MVP mini arena. Half guard here for Wilson Hayes. You can see him kind of putting that pressure again on Urbina. Urbina makes some space.
Now Urbina playing bottom. Wilson's very comfortable being on top. Now he's trying to control Urbina's back, hopefully trying to get the hook in, maybe a takedown.
Trying to roll through for the legs there was Urbina. Nice scramble, now back to the feet again. Hayes going for that takedown.
Guillotine again by Urbina. Wilson at this point, I think he's expecting it. Urbina's really trying to fight for that guillotine attempt.
Trying to step over for mount. He does. 8 minutes down here in regulation. S-mount for a brief moment there by Wilson Hayes. On a hip goes Urbina and then goes back again flat to the mat.
Wilson is probably waiting for Urbina to explode, possibly to maybe isolate an arm or take his back. Wilson's safe. He's definitely dominant position right now.
Trying to explode and induce a scramble is Urbina. Wise to it and riding the back is Hayes.
Wilson has that Kimura grip, going for that armbar again. Possibly.
Nicely done there by Urbina to get out of danger. And credit for Hayes to recognize the fact that it wasn't going to be there, and he avoids settling in bottom position back at the feet. Now it's Urbina that goes for a takedown.
Nice. Wilson had the Kimura trap again. Possibly using that to take Urbina's back, but Urbina has a good scramble.
And while Chewy didn't get the takedown, you got to believe that it does at least put it in the back of Wilson Hayes' mind that you're not the only one that's going for leg attacks and takedowns.
Now Urbina trying to go for the attack. Both aggressive.
Sounds like we are less than 1 minute away from going to overtime. I can floor one more time. Half guard here, and that's a wrap. Regulation in the books on our way to overtime. Looks like Chewy Urbina going to go on offense early, and he settles here in spiderweb. Interesting decision here by Chewy. Danielle, are you you surprised that he didn't elect to try to take the back and go for this aggressive spiderweb attack?
No, I'm not surprised. I think Urbina's trying to go for the. He's definitely trying to go for the attack for the finish.
More often than not, we see people kind of elect to take that back ride at least early on in the overtime.
For sure. When I do it, I usually try to either build up time, and then if I see something, I try to go for it. Right now, Urbina looks like he wants that submission really fast.
And it's quite possible that Chewy's just.
Oh, he's got a play that grip. So Wilson keeps him stacked. He keep Urbina stacked in his head. Wow.
Chewy Urbina sets the tone. Submission in the top of the first. Now Wilson Hayes has a tall task ahead of him here. If he wants to win this match, he's going to have to lock up a submission. Not exactly sure what the time is. We don't have it here, Matt's side, but we know it's short, and we know that Wilson Hayes is going to have to make something happen in a hurry if he wants to walk out of El Paso with a victory. No shock here that Hayes is going to go to that spider web attack. What a statement. We're sitting here questioning maybe Urbina's tactics and can't question a submission like that.
For sure.
Now Hayes.
Urbina trying to stack Hayes. A leg over could go either way. Could be good for Urbina, or Wilson could end up on top.
Tick-tock goes the clock.
Going
now
for a
trying
triangle
to
attempt.
shoot a triangle. Here is Hayes trying to get that.
Oh!
Urbina with the win. Nicely done, Chewy. Impressive here in El Paso, following up a fantastic performance at Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds, and more success displayed here tonight on the mat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner via submission in overtime via armbar. Let's hear it for Jesus Chewy Urbina. Just really quick, before the finals, we have the finals coming on soon, but we have a special guest that I want to call to the mat. Fabrizio by Cavallo Verdum is in the house. Well, as you guys know, it was a really special weekend for us because yesterday we was doing the trailer for the Verdum Challenge, which is going to be a new concept of Jiu-Jitsu. Fabrizio himself came to make this official right here in our city. For me, this means a lot, having these kind of projects going on the big scenes. So after the final, we're going to be doing some shots that we need some extra people for the premiere of Verdum Challenge. If you want to join us and be part of this badass trailer, you can stay. It's not going to take that long. We got some stuff for you. It's going to be actually really fun. And for me, like I said, it's going to mean a lot. Michael, want you to say something?
Sí, por favor, quedáis un poquito más, como solo 2 horas más. Nada más tiene. No, broma. No, rapidito, hacemos rápido. Hacemos una cosa muy sencilla para el Verdum Challenge y vais a saber cómo es y cómo funciona, ¿vale? Después sacamos una foto. Solo cobro $20 por foto, no pasa nada. No, broma. Vale, muy bien.
Ok, quiero saber más o menos como quién le interesa quedarse. Levanta la mano si se quedan, no va a tomar mucho tiempo. Si se van a quedar, raise your hand if you want to stay. Raise your hand. If you don't want to stay, that's fine. We have like some 20 or 20 here. Boom, right here. Who's staying right here on Verdum side? Okay, that's good. Vete a cambiar una vez. Okay, let's go with the finals.
23rd. The action continues. Inch by Inch and Combate Extremo present live for the first time ever from Monterrey, Mexico. 16 of the best 185ers collide. It's Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds 2019, the middleweights, featuring Matt Secor plus Felipe Fogelin. There's a tap. Dan Martinez. Kyle Chambers. Nick Green. Tom Galicchio. Jesse Taylor. And more. All looking to become the first ever Combat Jiu-Jitsu World Middleweight Champion. Watch it live on UFC Fight Pass.
I pay the dinner later.
Can we rehearse one? One rehearsal. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Take one. Spin. Rolling.
Pero tú no puedes estar ahí también.
Camera. Set. Action. Now can I bring my team on this side, please?
He's going to tell us something. Kenzo Gracie, Walid is mine right here. Kenzo Walidi.
Valide.
Walidi. Just say Walidi. Walidi. This is for hands to Gracie. Hands to Gracie. This is for hands to Gracie.
No, solo hands.
E ele vai gravar ele. Oh no.
Fala galera, seja bem-vindo ao Fala galera, seja bem-vindo ao Verdun Challenge. Dois apresentados, Valide Ismael e Renzo Grace. Essa é uma verdade eterna e vamos resolver isso agora como? Quero 4 lutadores cada um e vocês não vão precisar lutar. Quero 4 de cada um e vamos resolver isso aí. Se vocês quiserem, vamos lá também. Verdun Challenge. Vamos aqui, ó, a torcida, vou mostrar a torcida agora. Renzo Grace.
Let's go with the final. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go with the final.
Vocês já ouviram a torcida? Todo mundo quer ver esse desafio. Então, eu vou fazer dois desafios. 4, 3.
the finale of EPG 1, where we will find out who the best grappler tonight is in El Paso. Please welcome to the mat, once again, representing 10th Planet Santa Fe, it is Adrian Nez. And hear it one more time for Andy Varela.
Paso's best Grappler First Edition. Give it up for two guys, please.
Time for the finals.
And we are here.
Timer ready. Timer ready. Let's go. Finals.
Adrian Nez against Andy Varela. The finals now of EPG 1.
Should be a very good matchup. Nez playing guard, playing for control. Nez playing safe for, and Varela playing safe for now.
Varela had a very tough semifinal where he was in control of the overtime period and then looked like he may not be able to get past it, but he, you know, from the brink of potential defeat, he pulled through, and that's really what champions are made out of. And if he wants to, you know, cement that status here tonight, he needs to get past a very tough Adrian Nez.
For sure. Nez looks really comfortable playing the bottom game right now. Varela is just controlling the legs. Nez has attacked the legs previous matches.
In the last fight with Mike Diaz, he was able to grab a straight ankle from out of nowhere.
Sure.
So I think you're going to see Varela, you know, be, you know, cognizant, but also make sure he doesn't get off his game too much and you know, abandon the strategy that got him to this point.
Now Nez is playing, trying to get good grip control.
You can see Varela not really, you know, getting to where he gets on top of.
Oh, there's
Nez
a couple smacks right there to the face.
Well, they're not smacks unless the referee calls it. But
right.
it's just, you know,
It gets very,
exchanges, right?
you know, they're trying to win that money. You know,
Right.
it gets very aggressive.
The combat jiu-jitsu, that's next week.
I've
this week.
done it in my matches sometimes. You know, just you're in that moment. You want that win, especially for the prize.
You have $5,000 on the line here.
I wouldn't mind it. You know, it'll just make me be more aggressive.
So sometimes that may be to your opponent's advantage. Don't want to get
For
too
sure.
emotional.
For sure. Right now, Nez is looking pretty calm. He's comfortable where he's at.
Trying to get underneath of Varela is Nez.
Varela working that, trying to work that pass. Don't know what that was.
It's like a feint at a backflip guard pass or something like that. Acrobatics of some sort.
Nez is just trying to get Varela off balance and maybe get under him. Maybe go for a sweep. But they're both comfortable where they're at. Nez patiently waiting.
3 minutes down here in regulation. Again, 1 10-minute period of regulation, then headed to an overtime. Interesting little game here as
Hearing Varela's corner telling him no grips from Nez. Nez, from what we've seen, he gets pretty. If he gets that grip control, if you get any grip control, you can control the match pretty much. Trying to grab the wrist. Now Varela's fighting for the grips, controlling Nez's wrists.
flurry action here, and Varela able to just walk away.
Varela is pretty aware of what Nez is trying to do, but he looks pretty comfortable, just waiting for the right moment. Along with Varela, he's waiting to get past Nez's legs.
A lot of strategy being played here, and Varela was able to sort of.
Good inversion by Inez, recovering guard.
Varela disengages.
Varela's trying to control Nez's head to possibly. Oh, good. Attempted arm drag by Nez. Oh!
Wow. Wow. Just
quick.
like that. Adrian Nez. Huge submission victory in the finals.
That was pretty good.
It came out of
Just like his
absolute
last
nowhere
match.
and was very similar. All
Very good technique by these guys.
to his last match in the semifinals. Adrian Nez getting it done. Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner, and now the owner of the title of El Paso's Best Grappler. Put your hands together for Adrian Nez. What a game turned in by Adrian Nez. Gets it done, stopping Andy Varela. Danielle, when I look at the tournament tonight and the tactics played throughout, Adrian Nez was able to stick to his gun, stick to his game, and Andy Varela was wise to it, and that's what made it so impressive. Adrian Nez, he did what he wanted to do. Varela didn't try to stop it anything.
No, Nez, he probably drove that line. He wanted Varela to move the way he wanted to, and end up doing the same. The ankle lock.
$5,000 richer is Adrian Nez. He's the owner of the first ever El Paso Best Grappler Tournament victory. One well-deserved. He turns away the field, including one and only Andy Varela. What a game effort tonight as well, but tonight belongs to Adrian Nez. What a night it's been here inside MVP Mini Arena. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Danielle Kelly, I am TJ DeSantis. Good night from El Paso.
Good job. You did it.
Yeah, I think I can definitely like.